Welcome to your so well-deserved wellness break. My name is Jana Fenske. I'm a yoga teacher with Live, Breathe, Grow Yoga Studio here in Cornerbrook on beautiful Western Newfoundland. And from wherever you're tuning in, thank you so much for your interest. And thank you so much for joining me today with the topic of sound asleep. So hopefully we'll discuss a few items that might make you think and reflect on your own little night routine and maybe give you some ideas on how to maybe change it up or try something new. So when is last time you had a really, really nice waking up in the morning? Do you recall? And do you recall what you felt like when you woke up? Did you had an alarm clock set, or was it a natural waking up? And can you think of your energy level? Did you feel light? Do you feel positive? Do you feel like energetic? So having a good sound sleep usually brings ease into the day, and we usually have a really nice way of starting the day. We feel good, we feel energized. And so have you reflect on what happened the day before, the night before. So just monitoring yourself whenever you wake up and you feel really good, something happened the day before that made you come through a night really fully rested. And you can think of a few ways, but the three major points that I'd like to touch on today is physical, is mental, and emotional balance or activation. So remember that you're physical, so that your muscles want to be active all day. I know some of the days we may not feel like it, and we have issues physically that we need to overcome. So why don't you join us tomorrow? I have a special guest for you in our wellness stretch and strengthening session that will give you some ideas on how to stay active throughout the day at different mobility levels. But also, do you spend a lot of time outside or indoors? That will definitely affect your physical activity level. So the more time you can spend outside and walking, cycling, swimming. So if you feel it's too hot, choose an early morning or later on in the evening. If it's too cold, put on a hat and gloves and scarf. So there's no excuses really to stay indoors. Umbrellas for the rain and proper coating. So just whatever excuses you bring to yourself, ask yourself, is it easier? It's always easier to stay inside where it's cozy, warm, right? So just overcome that little challenge once in a while. Go and adopt a dog that helps you to go outside on a regular schedule. Are you somebody who needs a regular schedule? Do you function well when the day is planned for you? It's very challenging to do that for yourself, but it's so rewarding once you have it set for yourself, or ask a friend, ask a mentor, ask a loved one to help you with that. So being outside, being active, even if you can't make it outside, do some stretching exercises. Even if you have parts of your body that's not feeling so great, there are lots of other parts in your body that still need that stretching, that strengthening. So don't shy away from that and modify as needed. And another exercise for an evening, a really nice exercise too, actually, that I'm going to do with you just on a upper body and face, is a progressive muscle relaxation, where you are concentrating on just a group of muscles. While the others relax, you're tensing that group. And you can do either just the fist and the arm and the wrist. You can do the fist and the arm. You can do the entire arm and your ribs and core. You can do only the right side, only the left. So there's a whole suite of exercises that the progressive muscle relaxation can help you with. I'm just going to do one bigger group exercise today, just to give you an idea what might feel like. And it's all about tensing up the muscles, holding the tension through a few rounds of breath, and then all of a sudden with your last exhale in that round, release. And that release is almost like a hose that runs water and you're stepping on it and it piles up and there's only a little bit coming through. And then all of a sudden you let go and it rushes right through. So there's a sensation that comes with it, a really nice one, and a really relaxing sensation on top of it. So to start with that, just use your fingers, use your hands, and tighten them into fists. And really nice and tight. When you turn them inwards a little bit, you can feel the tension building in your lower arm. So thumb in or thumb out, that's at your own liking. So you're just tensing up and you're bringing those fists up to your shoulders. That also engages your upper arm. So you can do it back or you can do it forward. Forward is your tricep, forward is your bicep and back is your tricep. So just having that active, nice and tense. And then you can bring the shoulders together towards each other in the front, if that feels good, really stretching the back. And now we breathe. So I want you to be really tight in your shoulders, feeling the stretch, feeling the energy that we're creating by just really being nice and tense. But most important, I need you to breathe through this. So inhale deeply. Keep that tension going. The rest of your body should be nice and relaxed. Face nice and relaxed. Your legs nice and relaxed. And then tense it up. One more nice inhale. And with your next exhale, let go. And then just breathing through this. And maybe you feel becoming a little bit heavy. Sensations that they come through the muscles. Tingly maybe, warmth, you give it a try. And then you breathe, give it 2 breaths, and we do it one more time. So activate your fists nice and tight. As if you're squeezing a lemon and you want to squeeze all the juice out of it. Just rotate them in a little bit, bring them to your shoulders. Tensing up. Breathe through that tension. Feel the energy a little bit more. Because when we exhale, we relax a little bit. So make sure you're keeping that tension nice and tight. Feeling that energy. So one more nice inhale. And then when you're ready to exhale, let go. So rest your hands. And then just noticing with your next breath, the energy flow in your arms, hands, maybe throughout the chest or the ribs. And then just relax. So this is a really nice exercise. You can do it with your face. And we're going to do this once. Because it looks silly, I know. But we're going to do it once, so you know. And then you can do it with your shoulders and your arms. You can do it with your core and your hips and your glutes. And you can do this with right leg, left leg, foot, and so on. It really helps you be muscle aware. But it helps you to release any tensions that we sometimes are not aware in the body. It helps to relax your body and balance it out for your good night's sleep. So let's do the face once. So what I want you to do is squeezing that mouth, make it nice and tight, getting that nose crunched up, and bringing your eyes to clap together. And then we take 2 really nice deep breaths in and out. And with the third exhale, we're going to release. So are we ready? So let's see how that feels. As you might be able to watch later, I tensed up my shoulders. So it's really hard to just keep that concentration on one muscle group. But that challenge, don't let it deter you. So continue with it. Become aware of your left, your right side, and just work with your muscles and go through from top to toe. And I promise you, to me, it feels amazing. Once a month, I do the whole body exercise, and I just feel really energized, but in a very calm way. Lovely. So this is your physical balance before you go to bed. The last one for the physical one is, how about legs up the wall? Have you ever tried that just before you fall asleep? Bring them to the head of your bed, bring the legs up, let them rest against the wall, and just feel the heaviness coming out of the legs. Try about 5 minutes minimum. Maybe have a nice little music going, audiobook, whatever calms you down. Brings peace and calmness into your body, and then just let those legs be upside down for a change. So these are just a few ideas that you can try from the physical point of view. Now we come to the mental stimulation, mental calming. The biggest mental stimulator in the evenings is the phone and all the lovely apps and social media that come along with it. So I want you to reflect on, how do you use your phone in the evenings? Do you use it as a time filler, or are you getting valuable information out of it? So information gathering is a big thing, and you need to remember, is there information that will serve you to get you into a calming and relaxing state for the night? Do you really need to watch the news at 10:30 if this is your bedtime? Are you somebody who's emotionally attached to negative news? So try to eliminate these stimulations just as you get ready for bed. As well, information gathering from, if you're on social media, other people. Do you really need to be on top of all your friends, what they've done all day long? Or can that wait until the next time? Now, connecting with friends and family is super nice at times. It helps you to find comfort. So by all means, focus on something that is helping you to find that emotional calmness and stimulation in a way that helps you to relax. Also, what I have done on my phone is, my home screen only has my camera settings, my messengers, and my phone app. So when I look at my home screen, when I turn on my phone, I'm not reminded that, oh, there's Pinterest. Don't you want to check on some of those lovely crafty ideas to get your brain going? There's Facebook. You need to be in contact with your groups, with your families, or you want to be. Pinterest. We have Instagram, Messenger, all these apps that are there. So why don't you put them away from your home screen, so that in the evenings you're not reminded, I got 10 minutes, why don't I go on Facebook? If you happen to do that and you have 10 minutes you wanted to do, make sure you're setting your time. 10 minutes, 15 minutes. If you know you are a social media junkie and 10 o'clock is your bedtime, start at 9 and set yourself an hour. And really be disciplined. If you think an hour is challenging, try it once a week. And then maybe next week try it 2 days a week. If an hour is already a lot, try to scale it back to 40 minutes and 30 minutes. And then set yourself maybe a time limit and also a time limit in a way that, okay, after 8:30 or 9, I am not going to check my Facebook or go on Pinterest to look for new ideas. I'm not trying to stimulate my brain. So just being aware of the times in relation to when you're ready to call it a bed night routine. So calming the brain versus stimulating the brain. Turning off the phone at all or putting certain things on mute will help you to relax, not be distracted, and maybe having the comfort that it's more important for me to find peace and sleep than feeling I'm missing out on something. So you're going to have to check in with yourself to see where you are and where you want to be and how to get there the most sustainable way so that it makes sense for you, you feel comfortable, and you are in peace with how you're handling all your social media information inputs. And the same is for gaming. So all your little games on those apps, on those phones, they're really time fillers. So if you check in with yourself and you feel being on these for quite a lot of time during the day, can you fill that time out differently? And why don't you use some of the exercises we'll bring to you tomorrow to maybe get yourself off the screen and gaming and become more self-aware. And the last little part of our getting ready for a sound asleep is the emotional side. Emotions run deep, whether they are positive, negative, they're affecting the entire body, they're affecting your brain. So we want to make sure that the emotional part is fed, is taken care of, received a lot of attention, and is balanced out for the rest of the evening. And for that, I have a little pampering exercise that everybody loves, to be pampered. Now, we don't always go out and get a massage or a facial massage or manicure, pedicure, whatsoever, but there's a simple trick you can do with yourself almost every night if that feels good, and it's a facial self massage. I'm using a vegetable-based oil. I'm using it for cooking, and I'm also using it for putting on my skin. If you have a lotion you enjoy or you already have an oil, by all means go for it. So I'm just going to give you a few ideas of what you could do with that lovely oil. Paying attention to various muscles in our face, helping them to relax for the night. Are you ready? So you can just use, as I said, a lotion, oil, or right now as you're watching, just putting that motion through the face without anything. So I like to start at the base of the neck, right there, the connection between the shoulders and the neck. That's a lovely muscle group right here that keeps your head forward and back and strong in the neck and muscle, shoulder area. So these muscles are very tight from time to time if you sit a lot or if you put a lot of tension in your shoulders. So I want you to use your fingertips Draw them gently into the muscle and draw them forward. So this is a self-massage. You decide how deep you want to go with that pressure. Just relax your shoulders and face and draw forward. Wonderful. Then we're just going to squeeze our way a little bit up the neck. Tons of tiny little muscles running on the sides, on the back, on the front. So just warming them up, just giving them a little TLC. And then we're coming to the jaw. We're just going to run the thumbs underneath the jaw and using the knuckles to run right along the lower jaw. This is to stimulate the immune system that is part of your lymphatic system that runs right along the lower jaw. So we're just going to warm that up a little bit. And then we're coming to our chewing muscles. If you wake up in the morning with a really tight jaw, you might be clenching. So just checking in, just bringing a little bit awareness, lovely little warm-up muscle movement. And then from here, we're going to go right to our temples, just moving up and down. See how that feels? Maybe right now during the day is maybe not as stimulating, but maybe tonight when you're ready, it might feel really, really nice. Some days I love it. Some days it irritates me, and then I just skip it, so it's all good. So just bring a little bit of awareness to your temples, up and down, or tiny little lovely circulations. That's all good. And then the same with your forehead. Just stretching it out from side to side. Or doing a tiny little bit of zigzagging. Just bring a little bit motion to the forehead. Wonderful. With the eyebrows, we can pinch them from the inside out. It's really relaxing for the eye socket. So let's just start on the inside. Stretching, gently squeezing. Lovely. And you can also just give it a nice circle. Stretching those eyebrows, coming down, going up. Connect your breath. Lovely. Then one for the flu season that I really like is bringing attention to your forehead, to the base of your nose and the sides of your nose. So breathing in through the nose, if you feel like it's going up, might be challenging, but when you exhale, exhale through the nose and putting pressure with your fingers on the forehead and on the sides. So we're just going to give that a try. So doing this a few times will help you drain anything, and then you have a much easier way of breathing through the nose, through the night. The last one for your facial massage is a little inhale, wash, and then a lovely draining right down back to connecting with your shoulders. So shall we try? Lovely. And then you can just rest your hands on the shoulders, relax your arms, relax your face, feeling the heat. Or you can also bring cupping your hands to the front, resting on the top of your fingertips, and feeling the heat coming from your face and your hands, and also noticing maybe a change in light. Breathing nicely in and out. And just resting your head. And then using the hands to bring you right back up so you don't have a lot of muscle stimulation in the back. But there you have it. So I hope this is a lovely little facial massage exercise. We just ran through it to give you, a little bit of ideas what you can do. You can spend any amount of time in there, just whatever feels good, and really taking your time, and whatever makes you feel good to really bring it down, enjoy it, pamper yourself, however long it's going to take. Excellent. So when you have all that finished, we're just going to do one more breathing exercise before your session is over. This is called alternating nostril breathing. It'll balance the right and the left brain through stimulating the right and the left nostril. Now, if you just sit here and breathe through your nose, you might feel one of your nostrils is a little bit more active, more open than the other. That changes throughout the day. So if you want to check in throughout the day, left and right sometimes switches and activates either your creative brain or your analytical brain. As we don't need to be having one or the other more dominant before we go to bed, so we're just going to do a little alternating nostril breathing to balance ourselves. For that, we need the thumb and maybe the ring finger, if that feels good. The focus here is on exhaling and inhaling into one side before we switch to the other. Exhaling, inhaling. So you have exhale, inhale on the left, exhale, inhale on the right. And we'll do this for a few moments. Back home, you can do it for 2-3 minutes if that feels good. But just to get you acquainted with that breath. Just exhale and inhale. Closing up with your thumb, your left side. Exhaling through the right. Inhaling through the right. Closing and switching, exhaling through the left. Inhaling. Closing up, switching, exhaling, inhaling through the right. You can close your eyes if that helps you to connect more with your breath. If you need a tissue close by, go and get one. It's all good. Relax your shoulders, relax your face. Exhaling and inhaling before you switch your sides. I'm just going to leave it right here. When you're done, try to inhale through both at the same time. Exhaling both at the same time. And see if maybe the dominance of the left or right nostril has slightly lessened or even disappeared. So this is one of the last exercises I have for you today. I hope you found a few useful ideas, activities, thoughts that you might want to try out tonight, tomorrow night, whenever you're ready. Thank you so much again for having me. Enjoy the rest of your conference. And we're going to have the contact coming up afterwards with a few resources for some meditation, for some further ideas and thoughts you can follow up with and research. So get in contact if you have any questions, and otherwise enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for having me again. Namaste.